Today on the LA Food Podcast. Raise your glasses high, this one's for you tonight. And by you, I mean the dozen or so listeners who don't roll their eyes when Karen and I talk Bravo. Maybe you know Tom Schwartz as the hunky, too nice for his own good protagonist of Vanderpump Rules and now The Valley on Bravo. But did you know that he's held just about every job in the hospitality industry, including having ownership stakes in not one, but 2 bars/restaurants? I met up with Tom at my favorite Thai restaurant, May Malai, for a rambunctious conversation on life under the microscope, where he eats and drinks in the San Fernando Valley, and, perhaps most interestingly, what it was like to open and close his Franklin Village bar, Schwartz and Sandy's, while navigating what is widely accepted as the most explosive reality TV scandal of all time. Not even lying, I was thoroughly impressed with Schwartz's passion for food and frankly knowledge of where the good eats in the valley are. I definitely know, based on the gusto with which he attacked May Malai's boat noodles, that this is a man who quote-unquote knows ball, as he likes to say. That's coming up in part 2. In part 1, Karen Palmer is with us, of course, to discuss recent eats at Bar de Bello, Osteria Mozza, Bianca Sicilian Trattoria, and fucking finally, Squirrel for Dinner. She walks us through what she's been working on lately, from a major LA James Beard nominee Father Saul and I surprisingly neglected to discuss last week, to an unassuming bistro in Orange County that's famous for a pretty fun and highly topical reason. On Chef's Kiss Big Miss, Noma just won't give up. A famous pop artist throws serious shade at LA food, a New Orleans chef drops a searing hot take on influencer culture, and the Las Vegas opening everyone is talking about for some reason. A reminder that the LA Food Podcast is part of the Acquired Taste media family. Be sure to listen to our sister podcast, Taqueando with Bill Esparza. This week, Bill interviewed the chef of the Chileno Bay Resort down in Cabo, as well as Chef Val Cantu of Californios, the only 2 Michelin star restaurant serving Mexican food in the United States. That's streaming now. You're not gonna wanna miss it. As always, I'm your host, Lucas Servodio, and without further ado, it's time to chow down. This episode of the LA Food Podcast is presented by our friends at MVA.wine. I recently sat down with Laurent Verns and Tito Malega, the people behind MVA.wine, and my first reaction was, wait, why isn't everybody doing wine like this? They treat wine the way we treat food on this show. It's all about discovery, not the obvious places, the tiny producers, the bottles you only find when someone points you in the right direction. Here's how it works. They gather at a farmhouse in Tuscany and blind taste 50 or 60 wines. Every bottle has to get a unanimous yes, and only 6 make the cut. Oh, and every time they go to Tuscany for those tastings, they bring 2 members along, all expenses paid. That could be you, dear listener. The wines that make it into the collections come from incredible producers whose bottles rarely leave their region, wines you simply can't find in stores in LA or anywhere. Membership is capped at 600 people, and for LA Food Podcast listeners, the first 20 people who sign up with code LAFood get $50 off their first collection. Go to mva.wine/subscribe and use code LAFood. That's mva.wine/subscribe, code LAFood. You can thank me later. Welcoming back to the LA Food Podcast, our official Summer House correspondent, Karen Palmer. Karen, how you doing today?
I mean, it's been a wild 2 weeks in the Bravo-verse, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you could say that again. Now, were you a Summer House fan before this entire shenanigan exploded?
You know, like, Summer House is one of those things that I will watch occasionally, but I'm not like a diehard fan. I feel like now I have to watch the spinoff, The City, and obviously I'm going to watch the reunion, but like I haven't been like, until now I haven't been following it religiously by any means. So
Summer House was one of my gateway Bravo shows, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because my wife had it on during the pandemic, and like it's a pretty easy watch, and it's especially when you're craving like escapism, the fact that they are literally on vacation at the Summer House. It's kind of perfect.
Yeah. It's like attractive people getting drunk.
Yeah.
Like that's basically the whole show.
It's how could it go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly happen?
You want to hear one thing that's been upsetting me about it, though, is the nomenclature, Scamanda.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work for me.
No,
But
no.
I mean, it's no Scandival. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, that is a word that will come up again on this podcast, I'm afraid.
Yes, it will.
But no, the reason is because there was actually a really good true crime podcast about a scammer called Amanda who was like pretending to have cancer in order to make money. And the title of that was Scamanda. And that makes way more sense than for this particular crisis.
Yeah, totally. This isn't really a scam.
No.
It's just, yeah.
It's just,
it is what it is. It's just, yeah. We'll get into it.
Or not, or we won't. Well, hey, moving on to the things that we're actually supposed to be talking about on this podcast. Karen, where you been eating recently?
Wow, so many places. Well, a couple weeks ago, I took a little day trip up to Ventura. Its dining scene, I feel like, is cresting a bit. And you might read about it on SF Gate today, the day that this podcast comes out. But no, went to a bunch of different places, but I really, really enjoyed this one. It's like half kind of shoppy shop, if you know what I'm talking about there, and half cafe called Buena Bodega. The founder and her husband opened it just like wanted a family-friendly place that serves like very casual, cafe fare. They do coffee, they do natural wine. And it's just like it was really bright, joyful. The selection of products that they had for sale in there was really cute. And there were some kids running around, but like, very grown up and very kid-friendly at the same time. Yeah. And just like I don't know, it's one of those things where like she was saying she was telling me later when I interviewed her that they serve soft serve with like all different crazy toppings. Like there's one sundae that has like lemon curd and like crumbled Ritz crackers. Whoa. Like, hello, how delicious does that sound? Great. And she was like, I thought the kids would just enjoy it, but it turns out like adults love it so much too. She's like, you really can't be in a bad mood when you're eating soft serve with rainbow sprinkles. And I was like, that's a very astute statement. And like, yeah, especially given these times, why not just eat the goddamn soft serve with the rainbow sprinkles?
We need more of that.
But no, just a lovely place. Yeah. It's also like in a former, what used to be a dive bar that like apparently was a Hell's Angels hangout. So it's just funny to see like this transformation into this very like bright, colorful space,
I'm so glad that Ventura finally has somewhere to replenish their Graza olive oil. I actually really like Ventura personally. I took my wife there for her, and I wasn't expecting the Graza bit to crush so hard. Damn. I know my audience. I took my wife to Ventura for her birthday, actually, because there's really good thrift shopping. And the restaurant scene is actually, it's not bad. It's kind of like the little brother or little sibling, I should say, of Santa Barbara. Like, for example, Corazon Cocina has an outpost down there.
Exactly. Pinion
Kage Coffee
now has.
Pinion. Yep. But like, it's cute. I could see myself living there if these rents in LA keep rising.
Yeah, seriously. No, I think it's like, it's not quite at a Santa Barbara level yet, or even like Carlsbad maybe, but like it's getting there. Yeah. And I think that's what's exciting to people is just that there are more options than there used to be. And yeah, you would think that a town like that, which is like, coastal, it's got the pier, it's got, like you said, great thrift shopping, like great breweries and like coffee shops. But like, I think the restaurant scene has just been kind of lacking until recently, and hopefully it continues to grow.
Long may it continue. Okay, where else you been eating?
Okay, so the other night, my boyfriend and I went to the new Bar de Bello in Silver Lake. Oh, and
jealous.
Very stylish, very sexy. I feel like it's kind of like the ultimate date spot. Like they just did, the team that opened it was behind Gigi's, and they're actually opening another restaurant in the Gigi space. So, think that like a similar vibe, but they're going for kind of like Milan chic. But no, just very sexy, very cool. But like, and the food was great. Like, I wanted to use this as a segue to talk about my meal at Osteria Mozza last night because...
Wow. So it's like the old and the new.
The old and the new. Because like, Mozza's been around for quite some time now. And I have to say, like, everything last night was so dialed in, The service was outstanding. The vibe is great in there. And like I feel like the room at this point does feel like a little bit dated, but it's an older restaurant, but it has that like New York energy. And I don't know, it's like I feel like we talk about this all the time, but like the classics are a classic for a reason. Nancy obviously knows what she's doing. And the food was just, every single thing that we ate was just fabulous. So, just wanted to give a shout out to Osteria Mozza.
What was your favorite dish at Bar de Bello, and what was your favorite dish at Osteria Mozza?
Bar de Bello, they're doing like a fried chicken cutlet with kind of like an onion jam and pancetta and stuff on top, and then like a charred lemon with it. So like just really, the sauce was really, really flavorful, and I feel like they did a really, really nice job with like the fry on the chicken, and it wasn't dry. Like it felt, like an elevated chicken cutlet.
A Milanese, you might say.
Yeah, a Milanese. Yeah, although it wasn't pounded, like it wasn't like a thin cutlet, which is what I usually think of for a Milanese, but close enough. And then last night at Osteria Mozza, let's see, what was my favorite dish? We had a pappardelle with a rabbit ragu that was like outstanding, and it's seasonal. So like hasn't been on the menu for very long, but just, I know they have their classics like the burrata dishes and their orecchiette everybody loves, but this felt like very like springy and just like homey and comforting.
I love that for you. The thing I have seen on Instagram about Bar de Bello specifically was that they serve pasta in like little pans. Did they do this for you as well?
Yes. We had their penne pasta, which, I'm not usually a penne gal, but it's kind of like their namesake pasta. And it's in like a tomato butter sauce. It was lovely, like very simple, but the sauce had a great texture.
Vodka, hold the vodka.
Exactly. Like not as much, not cream, just like butter. So yeah, can't go wrong.
I like that touch. I like the touch of serving it in a pan. Everybody's serving pasta. Be a little different with your pasta. I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. Because, LA doesn't have enough Italian restaurants right now. So anyway, where have you... Well, where have you eaten?
Speaking of, I'm so glad you said that. No, I am actually legitimately glad you said that because I was out at dinner last night and I went to a spot called Bianca Sicilian Trattoria in the Arts District.
Okay.
And the reason I really want to like give this meal a special shout out is when I was interviewing Bill Addison and Jan Harris for the 101, I asked them, what is LA missing? Like, what could we use more of? And one of the answers that Jen gave and that Bill was like, oh, yes, he let out a huge sigh of agreement, was more regional Italian cooking. And I felt like, you brought up a Milanese restaurant, although I feel like Milanese, if we're not careful, could become the next coastal Italian because what does that really mean? It kind of just means like big city cooking. But when it comes to this restaurant in particular, I was really intrigued by the notion of a Sicilian trattoria because it's not a style of Italian that has really been shouted out on menus here. Obviously, there was like the big like White Lotus craze, and then every restaurant was doing coastal Italy, but that felt more like inspired by the Amalfi Coast than by Sicily.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this restaurant, Chef Michele, is from Palermo. He's like as Sicilian as it gets. First of all, from the outside, it's pretty unassuming. It's kind of like around the corner from Earth Cafe in the Arts District, if you're familiar with that stretch.
Sure.
Not a whole lot around there. When we parked, my wife was like, oh my God, where did you take me? But when you get in, it's like an oasis. Like it's beautiful what they've done. It's like mostly an outdoor restaurant, gorgeous little patio. The food is, you read the menu, it looks like a lot of things you've seen before, but when they hit the table, they've got these little regional twists in there. For example, they've got this beautiful ragu, which they call a bolognese, and you'd expect, oh, it's from Bologna. It's like every other bolognese I've seen. But no, he makes it in the Sicilian style, which is to make a more tomato-heavy sauce, to braise it a little longer, and also to add peas. He's also extruding his pasta in-house, and he made the decision to make extra deep ridges in the rigatoni, so it really clings into the sauce, and you can actually really feel like the texture in your mouth when you're eating it. And it's served on a little bit of parsley oil, a little bit of fried parsley on top.
That sounds amazing.
It was just a perfect dish. It was so good. It was so good, Karen. You got to go, especially you and your pasta love.
All right, I will. Yeah. And you're right. I don't feel like there are that many like Sicilian focused restaurants here in LA.
No, like a lot of the Italian we're getting is like by Northern Italians or by Neapolitans because a lot of them move here to make pizza and whatnot. Other dish that was really good, as you'd expect from a Sicilian, the cannoli.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's one thing that the Sicilians like have a claim to fame for, it's the cannoli. Their cannoli is really good. So my wife literally was like, "Why is this the best cannoli I've ever had?" Asked the chef, and Chef Michele said, "Well, it's because of one simple reason, and that's the ricotta." So he gets his ricotta from Gioia out in El Monte, this like famous cheese producer. But this ricotta is specially made for the restaurant. And he says a lot of the restaurants that make cannoli in America, they tend to use the dry ricotta and they, use powdered sugar and whatnot to whip it and make it a little smoother. He uses the wet ricotta and just knows how to treat it in a way that it stays really creamy and luscious inside without ever getting that sort of like grainy, graininess that a lot of cannoli can get. And the shell, he makes the shell in-house. It was so perfect. My biggest problem with these fucking cannoli at a lot of the places we're getting cannoli, the shells. The shells. You get these mushy shells.
Yeah, if they're like not mush, if they're mushy or like they taste a little stale,
no,
it's the worst.
You need it to crack. You need it to break your veneers, and this one does. Really, really good.
Love that.
Bianca Sicilian Trattoria. Everybody go.
Everybody go. Except don't go till after I can go. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't go till after Karen goes, and then you can go. Actually, if we ever do an LA Food Pod dinner, we should do that. And then also, I finally visited Squirrel for dinner.
Right. How was it? I still haven't been.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, it's funny you say that because when I was there, I spotted your friend Kat Turner there at dinner. Not to dox her, but she was there. I didn't say hi just because I didn't want to bother her. It looked like she was having a nice evening, and seeing me is never a nice thing, so I didn't say hi. But
oh my God,
I actually went 2 nights in a row, and the night before that,
oh wow,
I ran into Jason Lee, the host of the Expense Account podcast on the Feed Me Network. So it's like every night you go, you're gonna see somebody at this point in time. So it's an exciting, room to be in. The food, I thought, everybody has been saying this is like good food, legitimately good food. They've legitimately enjoyed it. And I was a little skeptical, even when Matt Rodbard was on the podcast and he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Luca, I swear to you on my mother's grave." He actually didn't use those words, but you get the gist. He said, "It's actually great food." I was a little skeptical still because Jessica is even though she's been through a lot, I feel like she's a very well-respected and well-loved chef by media around the country. So typically when somebody has that reputation, they're often treated quite nicely in the press. That was what fed my skepticism. But there are a lot of these restaurants out here that are doing the American Bistro thing. I think Squirrel's doing it right up there with the best of them.
Okay. That's high praise.
Every dish was like something you've read before on a menu, kind of like a Bianca. Hits a table, inventive little spin on it that just brings it to that next level.
What was your favorite thing?
I mean, my favorite thing was probably the one thing that you don't see on every menu, and that's the squimps. It's, people have talked about it, the squid stuffed with the shrimp chorizo, but that's not even the best part of the dish. The best part of the dish is when you're eating it with the nixtamalized fennel and with the saffron aioli, and it just comes together in the perfect, acidic, slightly sweet, but still with a salty kick bite. Really, really kind of perfect dish, honestly. You get the crunchiness from the fennel. Other dish I really liked was their pork collar. It came with a side of tortillas. I mean, you basically make like little tacos. It's what's not to like. It's just a fantastic dish.
All right. I got to get my ass over there, I guess.
Just so that I'm not like waxing strictly poetic, I will say there was one miss for me. One miss.
Okay.
The agnolotti.
Uh-oh.
They make these beet agnolotti, and the server is like, "That's one of our best dishes. It's one of our standout dishes." Comes out absolutely beautiful. It's got it's striped. It's red and white, so you can tell there's beets. It looks like a very pretty pasta dish. I think the pasta was a little too thick and a little too tough for me. Also, the beet flavor overall was just too sweet. I think it needed something like salty on top to like really balance it. Maybe a little extra sharp cheese or something. I'm not sure. But that was the one where me and my dining companion, we both looked at each other and said, that's the dish we're probably not going to order again.
Yeah, I'm not really a beet person, so I feel like I could just go and avoid that.
Beat it. Just beat
Tell it to beat it. Oh my God, you beat me. You beat me to it. Oh, look at us.
Puns on puns on puns today. And that's what
exactly.
That's what we don't get paid the big bucks for on this podcast.
Exactly. Okay? Unfortunately.
Karen, are you ready for a segment we didn't have time for last time? AKA what Karen's been working on lately.
Woohoo, let's do it.
So we covered the James Beard nominations last week. By covered it, I mean just Saul and I spewed some nonsense about it last week. We did touch on this, but we seemingly missed the deeper story. And you actually covered it in SF Gate. Tell us, who is Jack Benchacool?
So Jack Benchacool is the co-founder, co-owner of Endorphin, a very small and very specialized coffee shop in Chinatown. He has a really interesting story, but the reason why he's in the news right now is that he was named a finalist for Outstanding Beverage Professional at the James Beard Awards this year. And this is a pretty new category. I think last year was the first time they did it. And, the awards have long recognized like wine and cocktail programs, but they added this category to, celebrate the people behind those beverage programs. But now he has become the first coffee professional to become a finalist in the Beard Awards, which I mean, it's really interesting because, again, they've been celebrating these other types of drinks for so long. So maybe this means there's a shift towards, really recognizing coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a fascinating guy. I mean, he was a biochemist. He worked for companies like Genentech and Amgen in cancer research, went to culinary school up in I know, crazy. Went to culinary school up in San Francisco and thought he wanted to do pastry. So he worked at some places like a very well-known restaurant that's now closed called Rubicon, and Miette, which is a very well-known patisserie up there.
Not to derail the conversation, but is Rubicon the one who makes cakes for Whole Foods? Like you go to Whole Foods and you see Rubicon Bakery? No? Different
I
one?
don't think so. No, okay. No. I think it's the husband and wife team who now have like state bird provisions up there.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So, I had to ask you. You're a wealth of knowledge.
I don't know if I'd go that far. But anyway, but no, he ultimately discovered coffee and felt like it really like tapped into his scientific and like mathematical background, and was doing pop-ups for a long time before he actually opened Endorphin, but like is very, very methodical about how he prepares coffee. He doesn't offer sweeteners to people unless like there are he was saying a few like kind of secret drink menu items that might use something like palm sugar, but he really doesn't encourage people to like add sugar to their coffee. And he's just like very exacting and precise in his brewing. But it's fascinating that like, this coffee professional is now the first James Beard Award nominee or finalist rather in this category. So
that kind of blew my mind. It blew my mind also because, when you think of like, what are the preeminent coffee cities in the United States? I think like Seattle,
sure,
Portland. I even think San Francisco, just because they have the most people and like it's kind of like hustle culture, New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think Los Angeles. So for us to get like that first nod, to me feels kind of special.
Yeah, it's very special. And I think also just like the really interesting things too is just the way that he runs his business. I mean, he's the only person who makes coffee there. He does have a business partner, his cousin. Yeah, it's just him alone in this coffee shop. And they actually were so slammed on weekends when he first opened that like they ended up scaling back their hours because he didn't want it to be the type of experience where people are waiting like 45 minutes for a cup of coffee. And he said he had no time to interact with people or like have a conversation or anything. So basically it's like, I think it's open 4 days a week. We might have to double check that. But yeah, it's like, it is, yeah. It's like a one-man show and just he does it all himself.
I respect that. And I also resent that because like, what an insane business model to be like, we're doing so well. We're actually going to do this a little less. Like that's right. That's like a slap in the face, but I respect it because he's a man that's dedicated to his craft. If I may offer some business advice, maybe he could like, just pretend like, like on the weekends you get fake endorphin, and he's not really
Right.
there.
Totally.
Yeah. But then he
Right.
comes back during the week and you get the real one. And it's really like an if experience. So,
Sure.
I hate to see a good man lose out on cash.
Jack, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Jack, Luke is here if you want some business advice.
Not exactly a great pedigree.
He's also just a very kind, thoughtful, obviously incredibly intelligent guy. And yeah, I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for the city. I'm happy for the coffee industry. It's just a very exciting nod.
What's your coffee behavior? Are you a coffee snob?
I'm not the biggest coffee snob. I'm not like a Starbucks person, but I will just kind of I don't have I only go to this one coffee shop and, they're highly specialized in this one thing. I just kind of go somewhere and order an Americano, and that's pretty much my thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not that picky. I mean, I grew up drinking Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey,
come on.
We will not accept Dunkin' Donuts slander on this podcast.
Oh no, I still love it. Don't get me wrong, but grew up drinking weak, watery coffee.
Just like, the good Lord intended. I'm just like a whatever gets the job done kind of guy. Honestly, gas station coffee does the job. I do appreciate a good coffee. If I can tell the difference,
same.
And if I have it, I will not kick it out of bed. But I do have to say, if I am having a caloric beverage, that beverage better get me drunk. And that's just how I feel.
That's fair. Yeah, you don't need a caramel macchiato with cold foam, I don't know. There's so many crazy things out there.
Yeah, and protein.
That's true. Let's get the protein coffee category going. I'm sure it's already out there, but no.
I think it's at Starbucks.
Yeah. I'm boring. I drink a black Americano. It's not very exciting.
I'd call that refined, personally. Okay.
Thank you, Luca. I appreciate that.
Great piece on endorphin, and also very refined name, by the way. But moving on to another piece, which is a little bit closer to home for this podcast, and that is something that you did with respect to the Bravo world. Tell us about The Quiet Woman.
Oh, The Quiet Woman. Where do I begin? So the Real Housewives of Orange County recently celebrated their 20th anniversary, which is wild. And I think about
happy birthday.
That was the first Real Housewives franchise. They've already obviously rolled out, multiple cities since then. And I just don't like to think about how many hours I have wasted over the last 20 years. Thank you, Andy.
You mean invested? I would say.
In these women. Thank you, Andy Cohen, for doing this to all of us. No, but so there is an iconic scene in The Real Housewives of Orange County. It aired in 2017, where a few of the cast members were having dinner at this Corona Del Mar kind of neighborhood restaurant called The Quiet Woman. And it escalates into an argument, and the iconic Shannon Storms Bedore throws her plate across the table, not exactly at Kelly Dodd, but in her general direction, because they were the two having the argument. And people there are just aghast. They actually captured people's expressions in the restaurant while this was happening. So of course, I've always wanted to go to this restaurant just to check it out, mainly because I feel it's been on The Real Housewives of Orange County multiple times, and the fact that it's named The Quiet Woman and all they do is get into these screaming arguments with each other is just so ironic. But yeah, it's honestly just a fun neighborhood spot, kind of New American food, giant martinis. Might explain some of the arguments. They also do live music. Yeah. It's just it's kind of a neighborhood watering hole that has bistro fare. But I really wanted to see it.
The looks from the pictures looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. They have actually, you want to know what my favorite thing was? This is so silly. They serve a salad in a lazy Susan with all the toppings, so you can mix it yourself. I was why are more places not doing this? Hello, Genius. Take a cue from The Quiet Woman. But no, I interviewed the owner. And she, obviously had to ask about the housewives. And she said, it's been like, you can't pay for that kind of advertising. And Bravo has been great to us. Like, you know, Andy Cohen really like changed a lot of people's lives. And like, and she also said that like a lot of these women were regulars there, you know, before the series even started. She was like, we've known Alexis and Shannon and the Dubrows for like years and years. So it's like, it's just funny that this
Is Alexis Jesus Jugs?
Alexis, yes, Jesus. Oh my God, my Alexa keeps going off. But yes, that is Jesus Jugs Bellino. Correct.
Yes, yeah. It's one of my least watched Housewives, although I do dip in from time to time. And they do have one of my favorite lines, which is Heather Dubrow's, "When everyone's telling you you're dead, lie down." That's my favorite.
Oh my God, it's so good. I have been watching Orange County since the very beginning. So yeah, I can't believe it's been 20 years.
20 years. Well, I'm glad you made it. You finally made it to The Quiet Woman. I'll add it to my to-do list for the next time I'm in the OC, and we'll link all of your pieces in the show notes, Karen. We don't have a big deal of the day today just because we want to get to today's guest as soon as possible. It is the one and only Tom Schwartz, who actually gave me this hat.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I'm so jealous. Hey, Schwartzy.
Hey, Schwartzy, if you're listening. He's actually an excellent podcaster. I'm excited for you guys to listen to our conversation. But before we get there, are you down for a rapid round of Chef's Kiss Big Miss?
Of course. Let's do it.
Here we go. Eater's Rebecca Rowland reports that Noma has had the audacity to open a pop-up retail store, Noma Projects, in Silver Lake, selling fermentation-focused pantry items and collaborating with local producer. The launch comes, of course, amid ongoing controversy and protests tied to resurfaced abuse allegations against Chef Rene Redzepi and the restaurant, alongside his recent step back from day-to-day operations. Karen, the opportunity to purchase mouth-watering condiments including savory mushroom garum, sea buckthorn hot sauce, wild rose vinegar, and pumpkin seed praline for what I'm sure is a steal of a price. Chef's Kiss or Big Miss?
You know, Luca, I was really hoping we were going to have a Noma-free episode. But it just doesn't, it's just not in the cards for us. Let's see. I mean, it's like, I just feel like this is a big whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this was sort of part of their plan to make the pop-up more accessible and more, you know, available to more Angelinos versus going to a $1,500 dinner. Yeah, I mean, if they want to sell their pickled reindeer penis, like, go for it.
I just love that they're like, oh, if you can't afford the $1,500 dinner, you're for sure going to be able to afford the $40 mushroom garum that you're going to use once.
Exactly. That you're going to use once or just not know what to do with. Yeah, I mean, I guess Big Miss, but like, it's honestly like.
No, this is actually a perfect time to bring up the Heather Dubrow quote. This is when everybody's telling you you're dead, lie down. This is a read the room
great
moment.
Heather Dubrow.
Yes. As the poet
love.
once said, you know, it's just like. This is a read the room moment. Like, we've all told you we've had enough. Like, we don't need more Noma. In fact, I know that they're having trouble with this because they sent me a press release on this being like, hey, come check this out. And, you know,
wow.
I mean, if they're sending it to me, you know, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, well, no, but you have been highly critical. No comment. No comment.
Yeah. All right, Big Miss or Big whatever on this
It's
one.
also, by the way, it's located like right next door to Bar di Bello.
Okay.
So,
well, there's a bang.
So if
bang.
anybody's heading over there, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, next one. Milkshake connoisseur / recording artist Khalees caused quite a stir when in a recent interview with Eater about where she eats in New York, she had this to say about LA. Quote, LA is a great city for other things, but it is not a food city. They have a lot of restaurants, but it's like no one cares about it. It's not a food city. People are there to see people. They serve food, but they're not really serving food. New York is a food city. Unquote. Karen, we're biased, but let's try to give Khalees the benefit of the doubt. Is anything about what she said a chef's kiss, or is it all one harebrained, half-baked Big Miss?
Well, I think we need to get her out here and show her, you know, LA's real dining scene. She is, I will give her, she's a New York native. I get it. Like, you love your hometown. But yeah, I think it's a big miss. I think we need to get her out and show her around.
Khalees, you heard it here. We have the food for you. If you want to come out to Los Angeles, we will show you around, okay? I just don't really understand what she's even saying. She says they have a lot of restaurants, but like no one cares about, it's not a food city.
I think it's more, she's trying to, well, I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but to me, it reads like, you know, the restaurants are more about the scene and like the networking versus the actual food.
Yeah. I hear you.
Which I do think LA was for a long time, but I mean, you know, the last like 10, 15 years, definitely not.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if she just applied her comment to maybe say Beverly Hills or something like that, we could let it slide. But yeah,
right.
This just strikes me as someone who hasn't spent as much time in the city as she maybe purports to have spent here. So yeah, Khalees, next time you're in town, we'll show you where all the good stuff are, including where the milkshakes that bring all the boys to the yard, right, Karen?
Exactly. Yeah, we can find a few of those, I think.
Yeah. All right. In Food and Wine, New Orleans-based chef and owner Michael Gullotta penned a piece headlined, "If you're an influencer and you want restaurants to survive, stop doing this." The article makes the case that influencer-driven dining is hurting restaurants by turning them into content studios where guests occupy tables, demand staff time, and often leave without ordering full meals, cutting into revenue and staff morale. He reflects on the tension between creating visually appealing spaces to compete in the social media era and maintaining a focus on food quality and genuine hospitality, questioning whether the industry can sustain both. Karen, influencers who occupy space just for the content, an obvious chef's kiss, or a necessary big miss in this influencer economy?
I've never been a big fan of influencer culture. I just, you know, restaurants paying people to post, and then, you know, you don't even know if, like, just because somebody can take a good picture of, let's say, a grilled cheese doesn't necessarily mean it's good. But anyway, I feel like the point he was making here was more about, yeah, these like big groups of people coming in, maybe like a group. I think he used the example of like a group of 12 people coming in and they ordered like 3 drinks between all of them, and they were all just like taking photos. That is just gross and, you know, and rude. I mean, like, you're taking up space in a restaurant, and like, this is a business, and you're not even like contributing to that business, but you just want to like get pictures of the space or whatever. So I mean, I think his essay is a chef's kiss. I think this kind of behavior is a big miss.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly haven't even, like, I'm obviously not a restaurateur, so I haven't been in a restaurant and observed this kind of behavior, but I was kind of shocked to hear this, just because it feels to me like this is such an obvious no-no. Like, if you're going to a restaurant, even if you're just doing it for the vibes or the vibras or whatever we want to call them, you have to order something. Like, this is a basic rule of society. You walk into a restaurant, you order a drink, you order some food, and there's like, you kind of know what the right amount to spend at a restaurant is. Like, you kind of know if, like...
Yeah. Well, especially if you're taking up that much space, like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, yeah, you're not contributing to the kitchen, your server's not getting tipped. Like, all of it is just, it's just bad behavior. And I also have never seen this happen, or at least I don't think I have, like, where there's just a big group of people that's like not eating and just taking pictures. But it's just wild that this kind of behavior is out there.
Influencers, either order a bunch of food or read the room, get the fuck out, okay?
Exactly. Thank you.
I do this sometimes where I go somewhere and I don't order like a full meal, but it's usually if like we're going somewhere for like a drink or like a pre-dinner thing, or, you know.
Yeah, or if you're sitting at the bar and having like a snack or something. I mean, you're still like contributing to the restaurant, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't feel like restaurants should have to put in, like, impose like a minimum order on people.
No.
And be like, you know, you like each person has to order a dish, even if it's just like an appetizer or something. But like, I don't know what the solution is there. And also, it's just unfortunate that like building a beautiful restaurant might encourage this kind of behavior because people just want to come in and take photos, you know, like it's, I don't know.
I mean, it's a catch-22. So, you want influencers to want to take photos there because you want, you know, free advertising.
Just spread the word. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, I think we're going to give that a big miss. I got one more spontaneous one for you before we transition to Schwartzy. It seems that all of LA press, from Eater to the Los Angeles Times, has been covering the Las Vegas opening of Gabriela Camara's Contramar Cantina. Now, this is not an atypical thing to happen in Las Vegas. Big restaurants from around the world open in Las Vegas all the time, but for some reason, this one seems to really have captured the attention of everybody, including press that's not even from Las Vegas. Karen, what do you make of Contramar Cantina being in Las Vegas at the Fontainebleau? Is it a chef's kiss that you want to override your inbred hatred of Las Vegas for to go visit? Or is it a big miss that just will not attract you to the city of sin no matter what?
You know, I kind of have mixed feelings about this one. I mean, I think it's attracting so much LA attention because Angelinos go to Mexico City all the time. Like, she is a huge name. Contramar is obviously a fantastic restaurant. I've had the pleasure of eating there once. I would love to go back. But no, I guess it's her prerogative. And like, if she's going to like make a ton of money and it actually works, then great. I mean, I do think some restaurants don't necessarily translate to Vegas. So I would be interested to see like what it's actually, what the setup is and what, how it actually looks and feels there. But I guess chef's kiss, I don't know.
Well, speaking of, when I was there for Expo, we walked by Jelena, Las Vegas, and my God, that is quite a disturbing sight.
Yeah. Did you notice there are like giant TVs and like people watching sports and stuff? I mean, it's Las Vegas. Like I feel like restaurants are practically like required to have TVs in there, but it's just like, it's so antithetical to what the Jelena in Venice is all about. So it's wild.
Yeah. It feels like TGI Jelena's, which like is not ideal.
Did you practice that one?
I actually was off the dome, but I will say, while you were talking, I was thinking of like, oh, could I mix it with Applebee's? Could I mix it with Outback? And TGI just rolled off the tongue. So
it's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. But no, what do you think about Contramar?
I think, in a sea of Las Vegas openings, and I'm speaking as someone who just recently had to like scour the best of Las Vegas lists in order to make reservations, this is a welcome addition. There's not a lot of stuff like this, and I actually think this is food that can translate well to the Las Vegas setting. However, I was just a little thrown off, like, why every single food media person in the United States had to cover this, no matter where you were geographically. I think it's because Fontainebleau has an incredible budget for media and flew people out, which, hey, if they flew me out, I would have fucking gone in a heartbit. Are we kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
I've worked with Fontainebleau before, and like, they're fantastic people. But it was just a little curious to me that everybody was treating this like it was, just massive, massive news. And to me, sure, it's news, I guess, but like, I just didn't really get the hubbub.
Yeah. I wish her well.
We wish her well. I have a shitty Yelp review, but I think I might save it for next week. I need to marinate on it a little bit more before I actually land it. So
that's fair. Plus, I mean, I know everybody wants to hear from Schwartz.
Everybody's dying from Once Upon a Time restaurateur Tom Schwartz, who will be with us right after the break. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Any questions before we begin?
No,
Okay.
let's do it.
Cool. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. How's my audio? Okay.
You sound amazing. You look amazing. And I can't believe I'm seated at fucking Mamalai with none other than Tom Schwartz. Tom, how you doing today, buddy?
Luca, I am absolutely honored to be here. I was scrambling because the way my mind works, I can't necessarily summon things I love in an instant, on demand.
Yeah.
So I have to like put some thought into it. So I was like churning up some old spots that I love and I dig, and hopefully you can school me and give me some knowledge into your LA cuisine game.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yes.
Anything you need, now you have my number. Anytime
Yes.
you're looking for a rec,
Yeah.
you know who to ask.
Yes.
We have an icebreaker question, or we always have an icebreaker question with our guests. My one for you is easy. It should be easy. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh no.
Tom, Sir, or Schwartz and Sandy's?
First of all, Luca, blast you. my least favorite question and the one I'm asked the most. F M K. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to kill Schwartz and Sandy's, even though it was one of my proudest achievements. And I stand by it to this day. The concept, although it was piecemealed together a little bit, in our defense, it was like our sophomore effort. Tom Tom was really our like our first foray into the restaurant and bar industry. But like we financed and conceptualized Schwartz and Sandy's pretty much ourselves. So we had a great operating partner, Greg. OG, he's opened so many spots in LA. But you know, that was our little business baby and my first venture. But like, as much as I learned from it and loved it and took so much pride, it was like I gave my entire mind, body, heart, soul, bankroll to that place.
That's real.
All of my time and energy, blood, sweat, and tears. It still turned my life upside down. So fuck you. Even though I love you, and you mentioned when we first came in, they're gonna get us some Thai tea. Yeah, I was like, that made me sentimental because my favorite cocktail that me and Tom did the cocktail menu for Schwartz and Sandy's, and we had some help from my buddy Chris. But my favorite drink was the Tom Thai Tea Manhattan.
Wow. Well, speaking of, we just got the Thai teas hit the table.
I love Thai tea. So wait, it was.
So you're killing Schwartz and Sandy's. That's fair.
Yeah, sorry, I'm rambling now.
No, you're doing great.
Excited. Just before we move on, the Tom Thai Manhattan was whiskey, cognac, a little Amaro Nino, and a little Chinar.
Oh wow!
And we infused the whiskey. It was our whiskey, actually. Once upon a time, we had a whiskey, but we infused it with Thai tea.
No way.
The real deal, and it was my favorite kind of old-fashioned Manhattan I've ever had in my life. So cheers to
cheers to you. Cheers to the what was it called?
Schwartz and Sandy's?
No, not the drink.
The Tom Thai old-fashioned.
Tom Thai old-fashioned. Cheers to that.
But okay, we're gonna have to marry Tom.
Well, you're killing that, but that's probably because it's already dead, right?
It's dead.
Yeah.
And you can't get, it's kicking a dead horse. That's the wrong term. It's a wrong analogy or metaphor. It's you can't kill something twice.
Yeah.
Listen, I learned a lot, but I'm gonna marry Tom because listen, I had limited exposure on that financially. I was a minority stakeholder, but like that was like,
did you put like 50K into it?
We did.
That's not nothing.
No, that's not chump change for me. That it still was a lot of money, but at the time that was a lot of money.
Yeah,
very high stakes, but like just the glitz and the glamour that comes with getting to put your name on the side of a bar in West Hollywood, where I've spent all my formative years. I moved here in 2009, and WeHo was my stomping ground. That's where I spent all of my time. I lived in WeHo for 10 years, and to get to be a business owner and put your name on the side, forget about it. I felt like it just felt cool. We don't have to, but I'm gonna marry Tom. Of
course.
This is the longest fuck, marry, kill.
No, this is why we brought you on.
It's hard to just brush over because there's so much history.
There's so much emotion.
Like, I don't know if you've heard, but we're selling Tom.
I was gonna ask you that. If there's truth to the rumors.
There's truth to the rumors. Ken and Lisa hit me up, and they just wanted me to find out through them and not through like the internet, which was really sweet. And it's up for sale. The industry as a whole has been thundering, man. It's so brutal.
Yeah.
You guys go support your local bars, restaurants, mom and pops.
And it even hits Tom.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. We have like one of the best platforms in the world, but it can only get you so far. The food's good. The staff's amazing. The drinks are great. Prime location. But like, I'm telling you, nobody's safe.
Is Sir also for sale?
No, Sir's good.
Okay.
Sir's good right now.
Whew.
But
some things will never die.
That means I'm going to have to
fuck Sir.
Oh my God. And that makes perfect sense because that's where most of the fucking went on. I'm whispering because there's people around. One of you guys, yeah. I mean, Lisa used to say, Sir is where you take your mistress.
Oh yeah.
So
it makes sense.
It does have a sexy kind of, it's a sexy, unique restaurant.
It is.
So yeah.
Literally, it's in the name.
If you're gonna fuck, that's the place to do it. I mean, we were always gonna end up fucking Ed Star, let's be honest. Have you ever fucked Ed Star?
Not yet.
It's a bucket list.
Yeah, it is.
It's on the list.
It's like plain Sir. Yeah. That's my order of things.
I think ideally you fuck in the bathroom and then you go outside, you have a few cocktails, maybe a pumptini, smoke a cigarette, and then you cry.
Wow. It sounds like you've done this from experience.
I'm speaking from experience, Luca.
Okay, so we've fuck, marry, kill out of the way. We are seated at one of my favorite Thai restaurants in the city. It's called May Malai. You've never been here before, right?
I've never been here. Love Thai food. I'm so excited to try something new with you.
Hell yeah.
We're in the field. We're doing the deal.
We're in the field. We're doing the work. Now, when you go to a Thai restaurant, do you go to do you have your go-tos on the menu, or you always try new things?
Okay, I love a papaya salad.
Okay.
I know it's kind of basic.
Classic.
And of course, I love
Oh shit, speaking of,
just came right now.
Speaking of, we got some boat noodles hitting the table. So Tom, what we have here is thank you so much. What we have here are wet boat noodles and dry boat noodles.
Whoa.
They do them both here.
And know anything about boat noodles?
I mean,
you give me a little 101?
Yeah, so here's what I know about boat noodles. They're called boat noodles because literally they are served on boats in the river when you go to Bangkok and cities in Thailand. So,
which I've been to. Love Bangkok.
So you know those vendors in the boats that are selling shit? This is what they're making.
We went on one of the famous boat tours where they have the markets and you can pull over, and I had some of the best wining and dining experiences of my life.
Wow.
Little mom and pops, we would get off the boats just outside of Bangkok, and they would give us drinks, snacks, wine us, dine us, and anyways.
That's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to serve this, but while I do, I want you to tell us a little bit about your background, because you didn't move to LA to work in hospitality. You came here to be a model actor, or as you referred to it, a mactor.
A mactor.
At what point did you realize, oh shit, bars and restaurants are kind of my life now?
It's kind of been a reoccurring theme. I've been trying to escape bars and restaurants since I started working in a restaurant, which my first job was at TGI Fridays in Woodbury, Minnesota. Shout out to the Jack Daniel's chicken tenders, which was my favorite thing. Remember they had the Jack Daniel's menu? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite thing. But so I've always had a love-hate relationship with.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's just insane. You guys, I don't have the vocabulary to describe what we're looking at, but these looks insane. Wow, is that a fishbowl?
That is a fishbowl.
Wow.
Dude, you know your Thai food.
I know a little bit of Thai game. We'll see. I worked in the bar and restaurant industry since I was 17, I think. And I went to I went to college at Florida State, and I was an exercise physiology major, but I always wanted to be an actor. Always had it in the back of my mind. One day I'm gonna make a leap of faith, move to LA, do the damn thing. And I did that in 2009. And I had to find a way to pay the bills when I was here, just like every other struggling artist.
Story as old as time.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to finance your dreams is in a bar or restaurant. And as much as I love to hate them, I also do love the camaraderie and the family outside of your family aspect you get when you work in a bar or restaurant. You know.
So what roles did you hold when you moved to LA?
So you mean in terms of
the restaurant industry? Yeah.
So okay, I've worked pretty much everything. I've been a server, I've been a host, been a barback, been a busboy, a bartender. And contrary to what people have seen on TV, I'm actually a pretty damn good bartender.
I was gonna ask, because one of the most famous or infamous scenes from that early seasons of Vanderpump was when you asked Lisa, "Thank you so much." Oh my God, what is this?
Quick treat.
Oh my God, this is gonna be epic. I think that's chicken.
Mm.
So one of the most epic scenes from those early seasons, when you asked Lisa for a job at Pump, and then you have a panic attack during your first shift. What happened, bro?
I think I rebranded my panic attack as an existential meltdown. Because that was a point. It was a turning point in my life where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to bartend. I don't want to work in restaurants. I don't want to cater. And from that point on, I never did again, which is a luxury and a privilege, because I was in a position where, it wasn't like, the money wasn't rolling in, I wasn't rolling in but I was comfortable enough to where I didn't have to rely on catering jobs and bartending to do that anymore. So it felt good.
Yeah.
As embarrassing as that was, and I actually did have a panic attack.
That was a real panic attack. You weren't acting.
No, it was so intense. I had to walk down south to Melrose in that one parking garage, just a little bit east of Sur, and I paced around there for like a half hour, and then I just accepted and embraced my decision after the shame sort of faded away. And from that point on, I never did it again. But I also always had a dream of opening a bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
My whole life. I was like, I got to do it. If I died without doing it, taking one shot at opening a bar, kind of been as an homage to my dad, who used to have bars in Minnesota.
No way, I didn't know that.
And yada, yada, the opportunity presented itself. Lisa presented us the idea to be minority stakeholders or make a small investment in Tom Tom, open a bar in West Hollywood. But two of the best to ever do it. It was a no-brainer. It was a layup. We said yes. signed on the dotted line, and then the rest is history. But it's like, long story short, I think I have so much appreciation for how much time, energy, like it takes a village really to open up our restaurant, to keep it afloat, keep it profitable. So I just have so much love and appreciation for the craftsmanship and the passion people put into the food and just bringing it all together.
Well, hey, speaking of, you got to try your bow noodles, bro. I want to see what you think.
Yapping. I got to stop yapping.
So what's the reaction?
Oh my God. I've been transported back to Bangkok. That was about 2 years ago. We spent New Year's Eve there, and it was one of my favorite trips of my life.
I've not been. It's on my It's on my list.
You've transporting it back to the markets in
Yeah,
Thailand, and I'm a very happy man right now.
Good. Well, speaking of, cash rolling in, you not having to bartend anymore, I think people underestimate like how quick of like an overnight fame Vanderpump like catapulted you guys to.
It did.
What was that like, going from being like an actor, working bartending gigs around Los Angeles, to all of a sudden people recognizing you in the streets?
It was gradual for me, not as jarring as the overnight success for like the main cast member, because the main OGs for the first 2 seasons, in my mind, this is ridiculous, by the way, because I have like no acting credits, but I thought it would jeopardize my chance of ever being a real artist, a real actor.
Yes.
And I didn't think I was above it, but I was like, this is not for me. I just was like, I don't want a reality TV. But then I started filming more and more, and I got to know the crew, and I fell in love with the process, and it became this amazing show, part of the zeitgeist. And I don't want to be left behind. So season 3, I went all in, and I became a full-time cast member.
Wow, what do we got here?
I don't know, Lemonade too.
Oh wow, we got some sausage.
Wow.
Sorry. Thank you so much for everything.
This is insane.
We literally just ordered boat noodles, and now everything's coming out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Luca, you have a feast before
dude.
us.
I know this is gonna be hard to podcast at the same time, but guess what? We're professionals.
We're professional. My God, what do you have here? Okay,
Those are the dry boat noodles.
dry boat noodles.
This is some Thai sausage, which they make here in house.
guys.
Those are like some, they're fried rolls. They're fried egg rolls.
Dry boat noodles, spice to perfection.
Dry or wet?
10 out of 10. These I haven't had. Oh, the wet. I like the dry.
Yeah.
I like the dry. I like the texture of the dry. I don't know. It's just nice.
Dry over wet, not something you hear all the time from the Vanderpump.
The dry is surprisingly the dry is surprisingly not dry. It kind of melts in your mouth in a really nice way. Oh my God.
Well, they add a sauce to it, but it's not a broth. It's a more concentrated sauce.
Yes.
So they're still like slippery and delicious, but they're just not swimming in the broth like the wet boat noodles.
Luca, this is one of your happy places.
This is one of my happy places. I ate 100 noodles in 365 days in 2024. And this was my #1 noodle shop.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I'm really honored to share this moment with you.
It's legit.
Back to what you were saying. We were all just kind of getting by, skating by, grinding it out in true LA form. Lisa saw that everyone on the show, like, we're all working together, all dating each other, all best friends. She's like, this is lightning in a bottle. We need to get this on camera. And yeah, they filmed season 1, and then ever since Jax, the infamous scene in Las Vegas where he ripped off his chunky net sweater and tried to fight Frank over Stassi, we never looked back.
Yeah.
The show took off from there, and I think people just really related to it because most everyone's worked in the customer service industry at some point, a bar, a restaurant. They know what it's like. It's very incestuous.
Well, I think everybody wishes it was as incestuous as Vanderpump. Like, I worked at a pie shop in college, my dude. We did not fuck in that bathroom. I'll tell you that for free. So I think, the reason I think people gravitated to it is because it delivered on the promise of what people hope to get into when they go into that industry.
Yes, I would concur. And yes, maybe it was like a little more glamorous than your standard bar restaurant. But like, as I've been lucky enough to travel the world and host events and stuff, people will come to me like, dude, we had our own Vanderpump Rules for like 5 years. The chef is hooking up with the host. They're doing drinks in the back. They're drinking on their shift, not showing up because they're too hungover. Anyways, real. Almost every, not everyone, but a lot of bars and restaurants have their own little microcosm of Vanderpump Rules.
For sure.
But yeah, it was a slow burn for me, like me becoming more recognizable.
But I think I have a sweet spot for fame because people recognize me, but I'm not like mad hit. I'm not like Justin Bieber walking down the street. TMZ's not chasing me on the way to eat some Thai.
Depends on what's happening. I feel like there was a moment in March 2023 when it was probably like that.
You had to bring it up. Just triggered my PTSD. No, but there was a moment where, yes, like, yeah, during one of the most scandalous moments of our show, it was insane. I got a little taste of what it's like to be a Justin Bieber type of camera show. Like everywhere we went, TMZ was following me, Tom. Like I've never had someone shove a camera in my face.
Did you like it or no?
No, I did not like it. But I was okay with it. I found some humor in it. Not the reason because of the scandal, but just it was very Truman Show-esque.
Yeah,
I had never experienced a game on that level, and yeah, it was a little jarring
for sure.
But I also found it hilarious. I don't know. It was. Yeah, I felt like Truman.
Especially looking back on it, I'm sure it's like, wow, did that really happen?
I'm not even. Well, I know it did because there was a great toll to my life. But I'm stronger and better because of it, and I'm still standing and I'm eating noodles with you.
There you go.
What should I try next? Should I
try that. I think it's either pork or chicken, but we're gonna find out real quick.
Let's go.
Also, this sausage that they brought to the table, bro, it's insane. Can you confirm or deny whether it's pork or chicken?
Tastes like chicken, but it has the texture of pork.
Okay, interesting. That means like it's probably pork
or a chicken jerky type of thing. Because I know, have you ever? I love when Thai places do the overcooked beef jerky.
Yes,
essentially.
Yeah. Oh, this might be what that is. That is pork.
I love the sauce.
So good. It's like caramelized, like little pork belly bits. I'm sure there's a real name for it.
That's fucking delicious.
Wait till you try a sausage.
Before we are, should I try it straight up? I want to dip it in something super spicy. What do we got?
Oh shit! I like the way you think.
I want to feel something, Luca.
Yeah. Honestly, they all look spicy to me.
Okay. How do you do? Are you okay with spice?
I'm great with spice.
Spice is nice.
Spice is really nice. Okay. I'm actually very impressed with your tolerance for spice.
It's not bad. Let's see. I'm gonna dip it into this
sausage in down the hatch. That's probably been my favorite bite so far.
That is perfection. I'm not a big pork guy, but that is fucking perfection.
Yeah.
Is there a little mint in there?
I think it's lemongrass.
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 Oh my God.
It's crazy.
It's really well balanced. It's surprisingly unmeaty.
No.
For someone who doesn't, I don't love meat. I'm not vegetarian or vegan, but like that's very, it's light.
I think it's because they add that sort of like acidity to it. So it cuts everything with the lemongrass. I think there's definitely some other spices in there. It's really good stuff. Next, we got to try these fried rolls too. But while you're trying one of those,
I'm in a very happy place right now.
Yeah, dude, I honestly am impressed with how much you're enjoying this meal. It's coming from such a genuine, pure place.
Well, I not to cut you off, I love traveling to Asia in general. I just got back from Chongqing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong,
dude,
and I got to go with my friends one of my dear friends, Packy, lives in Hong Kong, so like we got to experience like, the best modern cuisine, but like the best mom and pops there too, and everything in between, highbrow, lowbrow, corner markets, and
Are we starting a food travel podcast? Is that what I'm hearing? I didn't have Tom Schwartz becoming the next Anthony Bourdain on my bingo card, but you know what? It could happen. You mentioned that you obviously it was an honor to open Tom Tom with Ken and Lisa. What did you learn from them?
Well, the number one lesson I learned from both bars is maybe don't put your name on the bar if you're on a television show rides on drama.
I think we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
That's the number one lesson I learned. I would also I would never put unless I was like a Lisa Vanderpump type that is tried and tested, has proved that she knows how to be successful in this brutal industry. Then you have the merit, the right maybe to put your name on the side of the building. But not only that, it's like when you put your name on the side, people expect you to be there all the time.
Yeah.
And when you're not, you become a mascot. And when you're not there, they complain. Ken and Lisa just taught me how to be a really fucking good host. How to be a great host. How to greet people. How to have poise. How to be better with customer service.
Yeah.
Because I always just kind of dreaded every shift I've ever worked. I kind of dreaded going into it, but they made me love and appreciate the art of just being a great host, a good face
And yeah, man, that was like the biggest takeaway.
It's a huge lesson.
Honestly, I don't know if I did a good job articulating it there, but
It sounds like what they taught you was like the spirit of hospitality.
that's exactly it.
Right.
You just said it so much more eloquently than me. That's exactly it. They made me kind of fall back in love with the hospitality industry as a whole, and yeah.
Their passion really comes across when you watch. You mentioned that, like, having to be there all the time is kind of a big commitment. I know that in the early days, you guys were at the bars all the time. In fact, I know this from secondhand experience because my wife went for her 25th birthday and ended up making out with James Kennedy. So that is my claim to fame.
Before you were married.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thought we had a
Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, we're about to break news on this podcast. I'm getting a divorce.
God.
I'm sweating, and it's not from the spice.
But what did you guys hang out there because you genuinely wanted to, or was there some sort of like contractual obligation you had to be there?
Yeah. Well, like, not to get too woo on you, almost like I just had such a fond appreciation for the energy in West Hollywood as a whole. I love the walkability, the energy in WeHo. It's teamy with life, and I'm a big supporter of the LGBTQ community, and I love West Hollywood. I always felt like drawn there.
I
Like,
love
there's
that.
a magnetic draw for me, some sort of cosmic appeal to it. But like, to get more practical, I loved being there. I loved being in the mix.
So you didn't have to be there. You wanted
No,
to.
I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in our contract, or we were never contractually obligated to show up. But there was a sense of pride, especially when your name's on the side too, and
For
you're
sure.
trying to, you're trying to help people forget that you had a panic attack before you ever bartended your first real shift at Pump. Like, you're maturing and you're growing. And yeah, man, there was a great sense of pride. I think pride was a huge driving force
That's dope.
in our consistency and showing up. Also, just meeting so many fucking fantastic people from all over the world, from all walks of life, and hearing their stories. That's one of my favorite things in general. When I was at Schwartz and Sandy's, and I'm still at Tom Tom, is listening to people tell me their stories,
Yeah.
their plights, and how people like celebrating huge milestones, engagements, marriages, promotions, but also dealing with like some of the darker things in life, divorces, losing their wife because they cheated. There was a lot of commiserating and just a lot of humanity.
Seems like there was a lot of commiserating answer. Yeah, man.
We had a lot of divorce parties at Tom Tom. No, just getting to share in the human spirit.
For sure.
It made me even more compassionate and empathetic than I already was, and it made me just love people. I love people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
It's clear,
answering your
dude.
question
It comes
earlier.
across.
I love people. Every once in a while, I'll hit my wall, my limit, but for the most part, I have an insatiable love for my fellow human beings.
That's amazing. So Schwartz and Sandy's, you guys go out on your own. Everybody who comes on this podcast who's a restaurateur, basically they're like, don't do it.
Yes.
Don't do it. Why did you do it?
Well, that was the first thing our partner said to us when we pitched the idea of taking over. So he had a spot. It was over in Franklin Village. Do you know Franklin
Yeah, of
Village?
course.
Birds.
Birds, classics.
The Oaks.
Yeah. Great.
Sorry, I got a little peanut stuck in that.
It's the heat. The heat's getting to
I don't know.
top.
I think it's I got a little. Here, I'll eat something else.
Yeah.
This is pork.
That is pork, I'm pretty sure. It's almost like, yeah, candied pork with a delicious, spicy, soy-based sauce.
All right, guys, I gotta dislodge this from my throat. It's not the spice. I can handle the spice.
He can. There's no sweat happening on his face. I can vouch for
Nose is getting a little runny.
a little bit, but that's normal. That just means you're alive.
I got a good poker face.
Yeah.
Wait, now I just lost my frame of thought.
Franklin Village, Birds,
Franklin Village.
the Oaks.
Coming out of the pandemic, feeling strange, like I'm just coming out of some sort of fever dream, like we all did.
Yeah.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Mostly the worst of times.
I'm careful not to romanticize it because I know how much suffering there was, but I had one of the best years of my life, and it was lovely. But I was in like a cocoon. I was in a happy little cocoon, just like nurturing. I was like working on all my hobbies: DJing, art.
I was going to ask you, what does Tom Schwartz do for fun?
I mean, I go out and I eat a lot. I try to go out. I try to experience as much life as possible, especially in terms of going and supporting local mom and pops bars or restaurants.
I love
dive bars. I travel a lot. I'm not a real DJ. I DJ in like the confines of my bedroom. So you were feeling insanely optimistic, and we always planned on doing a sophomore effort, opening a bar together. Me and Tom after Tom. That was getting our foot in the door, our gateway into the biz. And yeah, there was a spot available, and our manager's friend Greg. It used to be called. Oh God, what was it called? Oh my God, I can't. Oh, La Bolita Cantina,
and
which is still there. He shrunk it. He shrunk the concept, and he put it on Franklin Boulevard.
Yeah,
and so his other space was available, and I thought it was like the perfect spot for our concept. Was like this funky kind of 70s dive lounge. You know what I mean? So we did a few.
He described it as like psychedelic.
That's
right?
Yeah. We used to say future retro, but it doesn't really mean anything at all. It just sounded cool. But we kind of wanted to do something. Have you ever been to the Madonna Inn?
Oh yeah,
that was a huge source of inspiration.
Love the Madonna Inn.
Something funky and like a little maximalist. So we thought it was like the perfect space, and it was available. And we had some cash. We were, in hindsight, we were not properly financed, but we were feeling, and we had some false confidence just coming out of the pandemic. We had a lot of gusto.
Yeah.
We had a lot of zest.
Also, you had you had a successful project under your belt in Tom Tom.
Yeah.
And you also had like an audience, which you always, I'm like, oh, that's going to translate to business success.
Yeah, and we already knew our partner we were going to collaborate with through our manager. They were really good friends, and it's just like he also opened one of our favorite spots, the Belmont.
Oh yeah,
which was I still love
still
the Belmont,
going,
but that was one of my favorite spots, and it felt like a very full circle moment. It felt like everything was coming together. So we said YOLO, and we started breaking ground, and yeah, man, and we made a lot of mistakes, I'll be honest. Like, one of the biggest mistakes is not having a fully fleshed out diagram, 3D rendering of the bar. Like, we had a general idea. We had a beautiful 2D rendering, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But if I ever was to design a restaurant or invest in one again, I want to see where every plug is going. Everything, you know what I mean? We rushed it a little bit. And we made a lot of mistakes along the way.
I think that's a super common experience though, because you want to get open.
Yes.
You don't want to be like wasting your money when it's not open, right?
Yeah, because it adds up quick.
Yeah.
When you're paying rent on a space that's not bringing in any revenue, it's like it gets really expensive really fast. And yada yada yada. We did it. We finally got open. We overcame so many hurdles, and it opened to like a lot of acclaim. People dug it. We were like 4.6 stars on Google. We had a great menu and killer cocktails, a really good vibe. But then you know what happened.
Well, no, let's go there. So actually, you've spoken about that before, and it's a really interesting concept because you had a successful bar. The bar was going well. You said 4.6 on Google reviews.
It was solid.
Solid.
Like we weren't gonna get like I don't know. We
a Michelin star.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. But like, it was a great spot, and I was proud of it. We were proud of it. Yeah.
So you've talked a little bit about how tough what happened with Scandival was on you.
Yeah.
And on the bar, but like
there was so many other factors too. Like I don't know, but that was kind of the beginning of the year.
I was gonna say, take me to the bar in that, like in the aftermath of those days. Like what was it like to be an operator in the middle of such an intense whirlwind?
Just being one of the owners, like I said, I was never the operating partner, but it was dark. It's like, it felt like a shitstorm, a firestorm of negativity.
Yeah.
And it's like this beautiful thing that we put our heart and souls into all of a sudden became like the laughing stock of the internet. It's like memeified. It almost became a circus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a freak show. People would come in just to like, a lot of people came in genuinely to support and show love. People, especially people who have opened their own businesses, understand how hard it is to open a small business, especially in California. So there was a lot of love and a lot of hate, but it was a bit like you talked about earlier, very Truman Show-esque.
Yeah.
But like it got dark at times. Like I remember during like the peak of it, there was a moment where someone called in like, and they said that they're going to come
They made it essentially a death threat.
What?
And like we had to take it seriously. And it was like a Thursday and we had to close down and told all the staff to go home. Like we would get relentless like voicemails, people talking shit, trolling, people booking reservations just to cancel them.
Wow.
Like it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And listen, we had a lot of other issues, but like that was kind of the catalyst for the beginning of the end, I think. Yeah.
It's funny because we deal with restaurant scandals on this podcast every once in a while.
You do?
Like, for example, have you heard of what happened at Horses, right?
I sure did.
Yeah. So like, these stories can catch a life of their own real quick.
Yes.
It's really interesting to hear how it is on the operator, because everybody just kind of like, I feel like, laughs when that happens. It's like, oh my God, look at them, successful restaurant. They're in like hot water now.
Yeah.
But you forget that it's not just the owners. Like, it's the people working there. It's who have nothing to do with all the other stuff.
It's the trickle down effect, or the
like ramifications.
no, the collateral damage.
Yes, there you go.
People like, yeah, I said trickle, but I like collateral damage. It's
Yeah.
more impactful. 'Cause,
You
like,
Reaganified it
people,
before.
anyone, thank you, I did. Anyone who was associated with that place got like a lot of heat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the designer, the employees were chastised just for working there. Like it got ugly. And I tried, by the way, I'm in such a good place, even with Tom and Greg, like we're so far past that. And I'm even knowing the way it ended and the nightmare it inflicted, it was still a great experience overall. I've learned that as you grow older and time goes on, you tend to remember the good things, right?
Really?
Even
I feel like people remember. Oh, actually, that's true. That's
For
true.
me. That's me. That's my outlook on life. Like
That means
now
you've done a good amount of therapy, Sean.
I listen. I talk to my plants a lot, and dogs help. No, but like, listen. You learn the most from your hardest lessons.
Yeah.
And especially the most expensive ones. But yeah, just to give you a little. That was just, I guess, a little somewhat vague peek into what it was like, and in the heat of the moment, it was scary.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just to see like everything, because like you think about how much time you put thinking just like the material that's going to go on the booths.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The glassware for the tables.
Yeah.
How much time you put into one cocktail that's going to be on the menu.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, all of a sudden it's just like become a laughing stock. And the butt of the joke for everyone. It was brutal. I don't know if I
Sucks.
really talked about it much, but because we had stopped filming after that. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing too, right? Like everybody's eyes are on you while you're filming.
Yeah.
And then they stop filming and you've still got a restaurant with people and you got to make decisions. When did you decide?
And we're paying the bills, we're
Yeah.
trying to keep the lights on while not like going bankrupt. So, it was scary. It's a really scary feeling. It's a powerless feeling when it feels like the sink is shipping and you're showing the hook for all, it's terrifying. It was one of the scariest experiences of my life, professionally speaking. It was really scary.
Was there anything you guys could have done differently to save the ship?
I don't know. Captain Hindsight?
Yeah. 2020 quarterback?
I don't know. I mean, listen, there's so many things I would do differently if I could go back in time, but we can't. So it's kind of an exercise in futility. I mean, maybe we could have rebranded. I don't know. It got so bleak there that I think maybe we should have just covered our losses earlier, if anything. But it's like, I've talked about this a lot. You think of every uplifting, positive quote you've ever heard in your life, and they're like reverberating around in your brain.
Yes.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Never give up. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I don't even know. Just like every positive, you know what I mean? Like,
No one's like, quit now.
it's always the darkest before. Like any cliche quote you've ever heard is just like really resonating with you. Like, it's also, you're like, there's most people know the sunken cost fallacy.
Mm-hmm.
You're also like, man, I put so much money, time, and energy into this. I can't let go, even if it's good money chasing bad. It was really, really, really hard because I truly loved that place, and I think everyone did.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Whoever went, non-ironically.
No. Like I'm saying, everyone involved in the project,
Of course.
behind the scenes. But yeah, man, it was fucking brutal.
Well, hey, you're on the other side. You're on a new show now.
Still standing.
Yeah, you're still standing, and it's standing, successfully because you are on a new show that's coming out. It's called The Valley. I mean, it's been on for a couple seasons, but you're officially a cast member this year. You live in the Valley too, right now?
I love the Valley.
So you're a big Valley guy. I want to hear, we don't give the Valley enough love on this podcast. So I got a rapid fire round of questions for you on your Valley spots, okay? Your go-to hang spot.
Are we talking dive bar or for like a little nosh session? Okay,
Give me both.
top two that just popped in my head. I'm just gonna do it like that because I'm usually so, as you experience, Luca, I'm really bad with rapid fire. I start rambling, I go in tangents. You should.
It's good for podcasting though, because we like to let things breathe on a podcast.
Without thinking about it too much. Okay, I love Black Market Liquor Bar.
Great.
It's a great spot. Good cocktails. I love all the pastas there. I love their Korean spicy chicken wings with the kimchi on them.
Oh yeah.
Really nice. And I love their house-made dill chips too.
Ooh.
And it's my favorite place to eat oysters in the Valley. I don't know. There's probably better
That's a
spots.
great spot.
I love drinking a cold cocktail, eating oysters at Black Market Liquor Bar. I'll go to like a little dive bar. I love Foxfire.
Okay.
Do you know Foxfire?
Yes, I do.
It's on Magnolia. It sits right in between where I used to live and Sandoval used to live. And it was just like, that was like one of our little cheers bars.
No
in the
way.
Valley. I love Foxfire, one of my favorite dive bars. What else? Listen, maybe it's a little on the nose, especially if you live in LA in the Valley in particular, but I love Casa Vega.
There's nothing on the nose about that.
Okay. It's iconic. It's steeped in LA lore and history, and you walk and you feel it.
Yeah.
It almost possesses you in like a very welcoming, loving way, right?
This is great.
What about you?
I
Hit me
mean,
with a few.
in the Valley, I would say, have you been to Petit Trois?
I love Petit Trois.
Petit Trois is amazing.
Well, shout out to Katie, used to be married to.
Yeah.
Well, is my good friend now. We used to always order. They had like a dupe, a slightly elevated version of a breakfast sandwich. What was it called?
Oh wow, I haven't had
it was
this.
like it had a name.
Like the BEC type thing.
It was like a McDonald's-esque type name. I
It's
can't
inspired by the McMuffin.
remember. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it called like Le McMuffin or
I think
something?
it was Le Mac.
Yeah,
Le
yeah,
Mac.
yeah.
That was like one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches ever. However, I do think it's preposterous and egregious and completely unnecessary to ever put mayonnaise or aioli on a breakfast sandwich. I think it's disgusting.
That's quite
and
a take.
despicable. And I will stop going to your bar or restaurant if you put mayonnaise on your breakfast sandwich.
Do you like sauce on your breakfast
hot
sandwich at all?
sauces, I love sauces in
Okay.
general, but like for me, the mayonnaise has no business on a breakfast sandwich. I would say it's one of the most disgusting things I can think of in terms of my culinary experiences.
That is such a hot take.
My first hot take ever.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Wait,
good.
what else
He's
is-
not sitting on the fence. Hey, I want
Yeah.
my other good spot in the Valley is Daisy Margarita Bar. Have you been there?
I've been to Daisy Margarita Bar. Are they Michelin star?
No, but they are considered one of the best bars in North America.
They have insane margaritas.
Yeah.
A killer cocktail program. Nothing but I actually haven't eaten there. I've only drank there.
Dude, you should.
Yeah.
We should go get food there.
I would love to go with you.
Okay, next question. Your go-to takeout in the Valley.
Go to takeout in the Valley.
You're on DoorDash at 2 a.m. You're like, what's going on?
Okay.
What am I doing?
I really wanted to impress you with some
No.
some balls.
Give us the black
Okay.
tar heroin.
Okay, honestly, no. Well, I mean, it's not even bad, but it's just like I like my girlfriend got me to this place called Pitfire Pizza
Oh hell yeah.
in North Hollywood. And
Yeah.
I think they have a couple locations.
They do.
And I love their kale Caesar. And
Okay.
I also love their honey bear pizza, which is like pepperoni. I'm not a big hot honey guy, but theirs in particular is really nice. That's like one of my defaults. I love.
I respect that because I eat a lot of pizza and hot honey is the bane of my existence. It's on everything.
It's on everything.
And I'm like, we don't need it on everything.
Luca, they've gone too far with the hot honey.
Like, make pizza without hot honey again. That's my campaign.
Well, can I consult you? What's your favorite pizza in LA, or is that too hard? Do I need to narrow it down?
No, I mean, I have a lot of favorite pizzas, but if we're talking like New York slices,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you to go to Secret Pizza in El Sereno.
Ooh.
It's fantastic. However, if you're looking for a spot in the Valley near you, have you done Pizza Wagon of Brooklyn?
No.
Dude, that spot is like underrated. Underrated New York slice.
Wagon?
Pizza Wagon of Brooklyn in Sherman Oaks. Not too far from Petit Trois, actually.
Ooh, you just reminded me of another spot which I like when I want some comfort food. I did a cameo in a movie in Chicago, and it was my first time being in Chicago, so it was very romantic back in October 2024. And I fell in love with it. And I love Italian beef sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
And I love deep dish pizza. But there's a place called Gino's East.
Hell yeah.
You know Gino's East?
Yeah, because I lived in Chicago for a year, and Gino's East, the OG, is in Chicago. So
It is.
Yeah, so they're probably the most legit deep dish that exists here in LA.
And their deep dish is phenomenal. But also, I like their thin crust. I think it's tavern style.
Yes.
They have like
Tommy, you said you weren't going to be able to talk ball. You're talking ball as fuck right now, bro.
well, I thought these were a little like, not basic, but like, I thought everyone knows these places.
Not everybody.
Okay. What else?
Wait, last rapid fire.
I like that.
Your impress someone restaurant. You said you have a girlfriend. Where are you taking her if you want like a special occasion?
Oh my God. You go first, Luca.
For a special
In the valley,
occasion?
in the valley.
valley? Okay, I like the spot called Sushi Note. It's like sushi note, Note. But actually, speaking of sushi, I actually took my now wife to dinner at a place called Sushi Bar by Scratch in Encino the night we got engaged. So that's definitely a special occasion restaurant.
Oh, this is such a bad look. Nothing's coming to mind. Oh God, Count, I'm so sorry. By the way, there's a place I tried literally last night. It's she's half Puerto Rican. I think it's called
Taínos?
Taínos LA.
Bro, we just interviewed them on our other podcast. It's good?
Have you had it?
I haven't had it yet.
So
Dude, you are dropping knowledge right now, bro.
I got the Monfongo.
Yes.
So I actually didn't. I love Monfongo, but I didn't get it there. I'm learning more about Puerto Rican food, dating someone who's Puerto Rican. But I had their guava pollo, and I usually don't like anything sweet on my meat.
Yeah.
But it was like the most perfectly balanced thing I've ever had in my life. You go there, you guys. Taínos.
Taínos
I love
LA,
Puerto Rican
yeah.
food. I had some of the best pollo I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
The guava pollo.
That is a deep cut right there, even though it's a new restaurant.
But we need more romance. We're lacking in the romance, Luca. Help me.
I will
Guide me right
you
now.
now
What
you now
else?
have my number, so you can absolutely hit me up anytime you need a date night recommendation.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: who in the Valley Gang on the cast? Who are you going to for a fire food wreck?
That's easy. Jesse Lally.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know Jesse, if you watched
not
the first two
personally,
seasons,
but I know him.
He loves his fine wine. He loves 5-star restaurants, Michelin stars. Like he's got very refined taste.
Sounds like when you get Jesse on the pod too.
You should get Jesse on the podcast. Get Jesse next because he's got really good knowledge in LA. Like
Yeah.
he loves fine dining. I'm not a big fine dining guy.
Yeah, but you're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
Yeah,
I really am. I like a cold beer and a spicy noodle.
I love that. That's why we love you, Tom.
Thank you.
So who would you most want to go to dinner with on the cast one-on-one? And who would you least want to go to dinner with on the cast one-on-one?
You mean Vanderpump or the Valley?
Valley.
I probably Zach is my favorite person to like hit WeHo with.
Yeah,
We love going to Top Tom. He like co-host brunches with me.
nice.
And then we love going to the spot. We go there ironically. We love going to the Bayou in West Holly.
I've never been.
It's my favorite little dive bar in all of West Hollywood. And it's tiny. It has the upside down Christmas tree. And I'm gonna lose
Year
all my-
round?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna lose all my credibility. It kind of smells weird in there, which I love. And any good dive bar smells kind of weird.
You need it.
Maybe a little sticky. But they have Jello shots in syringes. And I know I'm in my 40s and I don't drink Jello shots, but like everyone drinks them there. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a when in Rome situation.
Of course.
So like to go like day drinking and stuff with Zach, dinner, probably Jesse Lally, because he's gonna whip out his wine knowledge. He's
Yeah.
kind of like a connoisseur.
Sommelier.
Thank you. He's like a bootleg sommelier. That's no disrespect, Jesse. But I would love to go drink great wine with Jesse. By the way, I had some really good wine at this place called Dudley's. You know Dudley's in Venice?
Yeah, I love that spot. Have you had the burger there?
The burger's insane. You
So
guys
good.
forgot about it. Dudley's, and it's also a cool hip vibe. It feels very like understated, like laid back, right on the beach, boardwalk, Venice. But they have one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
It's so damn good.
But when you said wine, I was transported back there because I had some of the best white wines I've ever had. I couldn't even tell you what they are.
No,
I'm not a sommelier.
neither am I.
But I don't. Do you know how's your wine knowledge?
It's like, I'd say like a 4 out of 10.
Mine's a 4 out of 10 too.
Yeah.
But I like everything.
I do too.
No one's ever given me a glass of wine I didn't like.
Well, then maybe I'm a 5 out of 10 because I've had some wine I don't like for
Okay,
sure.
I've had Barefoot Sauvignon Blanc. It's not my favorite.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, and that shit slaps. How about something about her? Have you been there recently?
I sure have. Now you're putting me on the spot because I can't remember the sandwich I get every time.
Describe it. We'll reverse engineer.
I thought you were going to ask me overrated or underrated.
No,
I'm gonna say
don't worry. I'm saving the over underrated for something else.
Well, I'll just tell you, I think it's underrated. Although it's highly rated, I think a lot of people are sleeping on something about her. They have really effing good sandwiches. They're fresh, delicious, great bread, and shout me something about her.
You want to know why I believe that? Because when it came out, all the food reviewers went there, all like the infatuation
Yeah.
eater, and it would be the easiest thing to shit on because you just think like celebrity sandwich shop, the same way that
Celebrity anything, really.
yeah, exactly. And nobody really shat on it. They were all like, yeah, these are solid sandwiches, which for like, food media to say that, it means, yeah, solid sandwiches.
Luca, before we move on, can I ask you your favorite sandwich shop? That's what first one that pops in your mind in LA.
I mean, classic has got to be Langer's.
Langers.
Just because I love a good pastrami sandwich. But if you're talking strictly sandwich shop, have you been to the cheese store at Beverly Hills?
I sure have.
What do you think?
I went there with my manager. Shout out to Ryan Ravel. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's
Dom-
one of my favorite spots.
Dom's a good friend, and he does amazing work over there.
What we did, we ordered a bunch of different sandwiches and tried like one bite of each. So now I don't even know what I got.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
That means you had the right sandwich experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm ashamed to admit I've still never had the pastrami at Langer's.
Bro, what? Are you a pastrami guy? Then you're going to love that. So if you've had pastrami at Brent's Deli or all these other places, they're made by the same person. It's called RC Provisions, but they make a special recipe for Langer's. And honestly, the best thing about Langer's is the bread. Like they have the double baked rye, super soft on the top,
Yes.
crispy on the outside.
Forget about it.
Forget about it is right.
I finally had Art's Delicacy, which is on Ventura in the Valley for the first time. Pretty solid. They say our sandwiches are art. Isn't that the same?
I think that's right.
That's our
Yeah.
slogan. Every
I would
sandwich
go.
is art.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I would go. I would
Pretty
go.
good. I don't know much about it. That's all I know is cats in New York City. I just want to have a bar, and I want to collaborate with different food truck vendors from all over the city, and they come on different nights, and we have DJs and stuff. So yes, I have one more bar on me.
That's
I don't know if
beautiful.
you're interested in collaborating.
Let's do it. Am I opening a bar with Tom Schwartz?
Our names will not be on the
It's not Schwartz and Servos. That
Schwartz and
doesn't.
Servo.
That does not have a set of the ring. Oh my God,
That's not bad.
he got a wild look in his eyes. Somewhere, Katie is throwing up. Last thing I want to do with you, Tom. You've
Yeah.
been so generous with your time, man. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I know it's as you said, not the usual podcast you do. Quick or overrated, underrated. Number one, Pumptinis.
Overrated. It's
Okay.
probably my least favorite. It's the most iconic drink in probably Vanderpump's history,
Yeah.
and ironically, it's my least favorite.
Okay, fair enough. Why?
I don't know. They're just a little too sweet. If I was to ask for one, I would say probably no simple syrup.
Okay.
I don't know. Not my bag, baby.
Sorry, Lisa. Overrated, underrated goat cheese balls.
I would say underrated. There's just nothing not to like about fried cheese.
Yeah.
It's just a mozzarella stick with a different type of cheese in a different form.
Different
Right?
personality.
We like sphere-shaped fried cheese.
Yes.
Right?
Nothing wrong with that. Overrated, underrated Mama's beer cheese.
Underrated.
Huh.
So I'm a late adopter of the whole beer cheese. I don't know if there's a craze. Is there a craze?
I don't know. I wouldn't call it a craze, but I think it's ready for a craze.
It's a sleeping giant.
Yes, there you go.
I really, really like Mama's beer cheese. It's delicious. I don't know. It's still on the market, but I really hope she relaunches it. I love the branding and I love the story behind it. It's soulful and it's delicious. And listen, I love cheese, period.
Fair.
Overrated.
Underrated. Last one for you. Olive Garden breadsticks.
Luca, I saw something diabolical on TikTok. I
What?
was scrolling mindlessly as we do before we fall asleep with my blue light blocking glasses on. And I saw this woman and she was demonstrating her little sandwiches she makes. She takes the Olive Garden breadsticks, she cuts them in half, and she fills them up with the lettuce.
Wow.
They have like one of my favorite salads ever. I actually have the Olive Garden salad dressing in my fridge right now, the light version.
The light
Trying to
version.
watch my calories.
The light version.
But I would say
I think you might be the only customer they've ever had on the light version.
Olive Garden is definitely underrated. I don't care if they microwave their food. It's still delicious.
Yeah.
I like the raviolis. I think their pizza, it reminds me of my childhood. It's nostalgic for me. And to this day, it's probably my favorite salad of all time.
Wow.
Wow, is that crazy to say?
No.
I just lost all credibility.
Look, we've said some deranged shit on this podcast before, so we might not have any credibility to begin with. Tom, you've been so generous with your time. Tell the people where they can find you.
You guys, thank you, Luca. I don't want to stop. I feel like we're just getting started. I want to go to a little food tour with you. You guys will find me Instagram, TWSCHWA. Check out my podcast, Detox Retox. We'll keep it together so we can fall apart. We're leveling up in the process. Anyways, Tom, not sure how much longer it's going to be around, so come hang out with me. And let's reminisce about the good old days before it's over. Thank you, Luca.
Go hang out with Tom.
I'm going to take you to Tom before it closes.
Oh my God, what a dream. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the LA Food Podcast. Thanks to our guests for making the time for us. As always, we'll be back with another epic episode next week, but if you're looking for me in the meantime, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Thread, YouTube, even our website at the LA Countdown. You can also find us on Instagram at It's Acquired Taste and at acquiredtastemedia.com. If you like what you heard here today, dear listener, please consider going to wherever you listen to podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating or review, even a follow. That really helps us. It means the world to us. Thank you so much in advance. Before we wrap, a quick reminder that this episode was brought to you by our friends at MVA.wine. If you want to learn more, go back and listen to episode 167 of this podcast dated February 27th of 2026, where I sat down with the founders. They really give you a look inside why this is a special place to find and drink your wine. If you want to discover some truly incredible wines you won't find in stores, check them out at mva.wine/subscribe and use code LAFood for $50 off your first collection. And remember, that offer is only for the first 20 listeners. Let's drink together, dear listener. Enjoy.